Welcome everyone. My name is Evelyn Selassie, and there's Nyanko Asia Ewo Gospel 101. And then we have with us a special guest, a very talented young man who brings life into music through his instruments. Instruments maybe I who that huda, but in the answer I didn't come over no. I who instruments crow. You know what interest out Shiana, obetimi actual ama unso. Yeah, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Hope you are doing great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Wow.
Please, what about you?
I'm fine too. We are all coping and I'm
Yeah,
right. And to instruments, you said in clarinet, right?
Yes.
Right. So what sparked your interest in the clarinet? I mean, there are other instruments why did you choose the clarinet?
Okay. Clarinet was very smooth sound to be.
Okay.
Until me started say me choose instrument, I went for that one.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But at first, nenye clarinet na na me pe.
Did I
Sikasem.
I thought the clarinet boy didn't sing other instruments.
Those time, na clarinet over form. So I got my first clarinet, 700 CDs.
I see.
And me choose here. Yes.
So how come is it that who could join a band be and other instruments and I'll choose here no and I said growing up no TV. So what happened?
Oh no, me is SHS no. I wanted to join the military band.
Okay.
And mommy and inti. Oh no, ne ma year 3. Emma me and me last born.
Okay.
Omunina midwives nursing. Inti no on super say make call. But my interest was in the military. And I'm a drum major. So I wanted to join the band. And I said no. I said no. Say obekodi you have to get a certificate to be a okwa. Yes a bed. So me try say me call university Winneba.
Okay.
And me contact you be no say before say babe music obe major one instrument. No one minor piano.
Okay.
So I chose to do saxophone and na me there. But we share prizes in a washroom. I know it. We share instruments now they say ni muna na me say and na me
oh, I see. It wasn't like
small one.
You were so passionate about
the prize.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
You said the prize, and then they won't get the prize in the back of home. So I choose that one.
Oh, I see. Hey, we are on the story. I was thinking that if you can say or passion.
Oh no.
Oh, I see. We are on the story, Ampa. So how long have you been playing it?
Okay, I started it 1 month before entering to before going to the university.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So it wasn't easy, but I'm here to.
It wasn't easy. We started boy and the challenges when now because it's
hey, me dey ade we ba fie. Na me ma me timi chai. O say if you know, dabi say also be music right into if you say instrument bia ba church and as be na ye be bob so mpa ye mo bi be bo.
Yeah.
And all nim fie kra or blow my sound you ba. Pa we me kotoba kwabna hihye hwe seni ade ne tie.
Yes, a case. So we are now what to maybe try some mesia. I'm fat. I mean if they haven't tried you. I was instrument yeah makoda home but I say usia ko baby then baby be boom be that school and now you have to move now which I started with it but Uncle Siaga. So now you to share this and you no you call any akoda you read no. There's like coffee. So it was a whole lot.
When I can't few touches be no abo.
Sure.
Okay, so send an Americano. It's na me ma meti me chain. Ma shisha die ewi. Afi mi hu ema. Si kwa bna de no akofo be. Read ni shim bibia is on point. Me ma hu ade ma o si kwa bna akofa kaba.
But na me dey also wa practice for a month.
No. Na online o. O say enkoko obi ni minim say no me hu bi da ma me kan sa.
I start say na okay, say I was saying you were not any passion about the core, but I feel you decide now we need mentors be and I say be
me knew be inti. I was say me share videos, me hear research about it. Inti na ma share videos send ye ambusha no. Ye de share no send ye hihye no. Inti mesua ho ne ma kakra inti ba ye no. Eno sa part ne de anye de. But say wo be ba mo na ba no. Eni ni asem no. So it took a time. Like minya obi nsuma offer me phone so.
Okay.
Alex baby obi anyamishia no.
Amen. Nyamishia.
Offer me phone so onu zu nim ho hwe o. Ike pitch ni say ni enhwe say sound bi be ba ye wa no ni say o hwe video no must say o guide me na etimi e nti mitimi board do bi man here there afi antumage ekomato
e akofo at least who say ni ba no ko baby wo hu enti what started with the instruments no betimi aka say challenges ben pan na we share na ka ye bu abim.
Hey, I said it. Hey, okay. Now, me joining one of choral music bureau if he own, and now me joining as a bass singer.
Okay.
And clarinetist before into me in my own music me cover of no me akasa me nim die no. I thought say is in Kofobi whom he said Ike the clarinetist, so I wanted to support the group as an instrumentalist.
So now you know what we do saying.
Oh, now me level 200, and then level 200, yeah. Okay. Metimia pitchy me bo. If say me call you know, hey, ombo, and I obi ni wa obeba be chi watna say yeah chill. Nti I say wow.
Okay.
Nti me ba fie no. Na abi a new thing to the group. Nti me say me fa. Ebi mu o group ni ebi me say yeah, ebi mu say nye. Na obi kan say mbi. No credit me hapa me movie to no ene ne kasa say the okan ene me ya. I say me nyade like I'm making noise, so I should stop. I should go and learn all the keys.
Oh okay. I say usia ogana umiado na komiadi okay na conflict.
But me okan sa no me yade but waboa mi o. Hey. I told myself say no, I have to get there. I say me do baby are open. Yeah. Not say me be show off to them. Exactly, no, but sure. At for least waboa me pa ene metimi abo keys.
Right, yes. Right. And your bobby na share my freestyle. Yeah, my freestyle. Hey. Me to make up my favorite song now and I said wow what song I'll be one my
favorite song there I hear some my name
okay
me ba
so
na
before then yeah share with me educate you about parts of the instruments because
okay,
so
clarinet in your lower part in your upper part and started from the upper part or mat piece no mouthpiece in a ligature and I will read. Okay. And without reading, all blown from an ember. And I will barrel has he. Barrel A2, your long one, your short one. Okay. But we see a way a long one. No one bar the upper part. So we you see a left hand, Nadia.
Can you dismantle it and share it for us right now? Or it will be work.
No, I can't do it.
Okay, so that's are you saying that you
there's more time, right?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see. You can add two infinity. Yeah.
Okay. So that's a big quarter on Jane said to say trumpets now.
No.
Said yes,
hey, reading it here, I'll leave it yes. Inti say Mr. Shisha. I will show me bow. Okay. Mouthpiece in a way ne cover ni. Yes. Okay. And me far away no na me dey share. Bell no. Okay. Na me dey share lower part ni so.
Okay. So bell ni lower part ni. Okay.
Na fi ma far upper part ni. Na me dey share. Osha, I was say joint bi wa say. I was say meaty super pepper. Echia e bi wa sound no.
Okay.
Na fi mafa bar no. Na no so me dey share. We are me dey mouthpiece no.
Yeah.
Ashe so.
Oh, Makai.
Hey.
Okay,
you are good to go.
Okay. It is up say we say read now then say we better we know what side too.
Yes.
We be losing up
Yeah.
and then
No,
we now the share. Oh yeah, Mikai. Mama be there, Mikai. Right, it's your try a freestyle. No?
Okay, so we are still in a month of love.
Okay.
I want to do this song. It was composed by my elder, and I want to say elder. I can't elder.
Elder, sorry.
Debbie. Oh no, only as you.
Okay.
Yeah, near Dina man. Asante Abidiapo. He composed a song titled "Love Is a Verb."
Okay,
Yes, so
love is a verb. Right. Tebusia, let's stay quiet and relax. Now until love is a verb.
oh, wait me, mama.
Might be too. Okay.
You want to go slow?
Okay. The what?
Clarinetist.
Wow. It's a we love is a verb and I Emma no ebo mine. I'm sure Auntie I get so proud of you now. Auntie Maggie is so proud of you now. And I'm wow. Let's go home who say instrument not toy and while we still see right. It is so fun. No, what started boy, you know. What say how long has it been?
5 years now. I'm done with the school.
5 years.
Yeah,
so
5
years now. Inti ubeka say we started boy instruments to ipano. Then na ubeka say ayama wa you feel proud say ubosa instrument to.
And you want to be there. I want you like I you want to be I want me. I'm on me to kwai.
Okay.
Please baby me I be okra me timi kwetena wa no maka say inti like Auntie Magibano
Magibano.
Mishia Emrofo student from Switzerland.
Okay.
You know me a jazz. And a Afro classical night. And so ya koko kubia. And
okay.
And clarinet use Meshia Joe or Meshia Lodina the soprano, Meshia Nkufo Bebe.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Ain't one cause I'll start say well born wait to me a compose unjoma out me the clarinet in the bwana.
Yes, I did a trial.
Okay.
For clarinet, violin and cello. Yes.
And let's go on it. Me, I'm ready. We can enjoy another team. Say right,
say we boys here. I have to get that supporting it. As you won't get the feel, no, because clarinet was doing a lot of works.
Oh, I see.
And you will be. I'm having your favorite song be. Yes. Oh, don't worry, you get there.
So far no what started no what na why and I say see our band be on your movie.
Yes, me join a band baby bands like me call university no. Nyame adom ko share senior one we. Nyame share otaki. Ono so pushy boys na wings band boys na ye ne omu ejumani na ye ne omu boba ni na ye ko no na nyame nu kre ni ye sheda nya disa wo academically ni we practical work no nti o pushy say ye nyere ho nti ubemu na trumpet trombone me nko clarinet na me gine anunzu nye din so we say me body din
but one person no who enjoy say we be working with a group and now you always want to go solo.
Baby, how do me be to be? I'm happy.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay. Right. Okay. It is so far no. Are there common mistakes? Would you say as beginner? Oh yeah. And I say other beginners. Yeah, you would want to correct it. And I say, when errors be starting.
Oh, me errors. Okay. On say me start me nko Inti errors ni de doso. Okay. Ebi wa me ambucha no. Senka minya obi a o professional clarinetist e ma na chere me. Wow. I'm sure say nka me tune no e desin say we do be e de.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so far the obeka say baby opese odunundu ya na.
Nyame adum madu ho but I'm still learning.
You're still learning.
Yes.
Okay. 4-5 years, you're still learning.
I'm still learning.
That means that you are making room say was already. Yeah. You see here, right? Okay. So moving on to the next. Are there any resources that you would recommend for improving? Because one can say, "Well, so improving." And see what are some of the other resources, books, videos that you watch to improve on? Because I know say A will be to sell our clarinet in BCF. A means so now come to young as say I wish to say that I can. A will be sort of me or way to me and see. Until me I recommend the videos and our books be what helped you out to me do baby I will do. 5 years. Okay.
My advice for Bisa you should know yourself. Like before say obe search books and if the books in na omuni will come to one end. Omuni na can send back practice. So one practice here. You won't get what you want. On books in the bema on skills, on videos in on bema on skills and you ma obebo obetimi afa and you mefa ye common song dana say dana obetimi afa no then no was yan skills ni na was yan major minor way into oh boss anyum na you be moving around it and our videos nso so o try say obe hwe baby a enye baby fa ko no o hwe nipa ba ko pe a ebi a de o pen unya into me say me hwe classical me hwe jazz kura na me pe I want to move with kura. But me pese me nya be free classical for ne jazz for ne ho nti me hwe ba bia nti ye futu am de be ma obi a ono so nya clarinet ni bia move like search your research na fi practice
nti we need class bia wo train of wade
me o class o I'm having 4 kids almost enkwala my first student not or university no or we ono he say he's me can say we graduate or clarinet
okay
but I see how they me class in kwala 4
okay and I
online
right and so be person join here then there was any pan here
on contact me contact TikTok
catch your hair you be no
okay
TikTok
Oko TikTok abo Ike_D_clarinetist. Yes, ubenya me handle ni wo. Na fe wa follow me a ubehu number no malivu eyibi o say opese usua.
Say ebi obi to me nko ho a te number no be free.
Okay. 0544 04 7577 0544 04 7577.
I mean 7 no prayer one in sabe count now wait to me a trend ba. And say instruments no ne boy edu say.
Ejina brand bia na any price.
Okay, into wo de na brand ben.
Selma.
Into brands ben na wo honom.
Yeah, Selma. It also but the me recommend for a Selma.
Okay.
Titanic and Yamaha.
I think then I'll be recommended.
If you say, and when I'm using among say,
yeah, okay, to be Professor Bia and Quay. Right. And to the end, you know, another freestyle. Into me, was starting with you and into no. Where's I saw my for.
Okay.
Into me, Joe Bang now, Baby Bono.
Joe, just a ubum.
Hey, Joe over has said no of it so
yeah.
Already, I just hope him wife.
Send me my paper.
Hey, oh, nice. And then they now. Instruments I never going to Joe. This is for you. Enjoy. Remember back. I'm so impressed. There was something back. I was saying, na kaukazo be na kamiso my family na kaya was right. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Wow. Enjoy my wabama yenya misha bibi no cause I no boa na dia pese osia kodu bia omboa osa na koduro no. So yeah, ba wan kasa wa bra bomu a he na outna ni ye na what have you actually been up to?
Okay. Mini or Nkoko na yo me.
Okay.
Holy Family Hospital. And me mama Margaret Sari Auntie Maggie. Ono ana muhuni sa na me papa Steve na Samoa.
Ka me ba be Balisasa den.
Ase mabomi mama dinsa.
Auntie Maggie age fans kakre.
Ose mama fo no mu ben o mu mama ma no sin.
Yeah, no dia
me papa nso adwuma nti ya on tiny fee. Nyamishia no. Nti adwuma nti on tiny fee na me wo nya ma mienu.
Okay.
Penny ni soft mama Dr. Samoa.
Oh, okay, shepherdess. Hello.
Na the Medina Chino, Henrietta Samoa. Hetty, very popular.
Oh, I see. Our TikTok.
On new crochet, crocheting. And I was at 2 sopranos.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, right.
The 3. And me call school Ambient Memorial, like JHS. And I call Konongo Dumasi. Okay. Me feel na me bar. University.
Okay, right. And aside from instruments now, but no way Juma Fufrobia Oyana.
No. Music, yes.
Music na.
Without music, I'm nothing.
Oh, okay. Into clarinet na bo and na almost pese almost yeah. Oh, okay. Now full name na kasa yeding.
Isaac Ofori Asamoah.
Isaac Ofori Asamoah.
Okay,
anyway, trying to show I know Ike. Hey, bra Ike. Wow.
Recently, so me national service or Ghana Armed Forces Music School.
Oh, okay. Hey, anyway, near say we saw no be call we are bomba is in a media coin now to me and pepe. Right. Thank you so much for your time. Every we'll be wrapping up into your corner. Then I would wadofo wahwefo followers TikTok ehwa na woda ehwa na yo BBI too then I'll catch on when I obi so person unsua instrument so then I'll catch no
okay me da obi ase obi a follow me they unfollow me they like me video they who I know etwem obi a me da obi ase and I feel so me pese me jam message we ma obi a feel no pese or starting instrument no I will say unya bi
okay
enipa bebre na e chat wa Ike me pese bi sua but only instrument ni bi I will say unya bi and I meton obi so say ope bia obetimi a contact me yes
now I so hono
inti and I say unya nso a bibia na for mu this like bibia na for mu o start isua edin ba en kakra na o de be the hian say
end that form no wako stage ama stage fright e bia told that say wo bebo now one kasa
I have a story
me share with us
me ko stage bia me shaky
okay
me like
video sana what say we a shy person
no meaning baby if you but Saturday no ba mu ase wo call nipa dom
mu some few seconds
yes but minya senior man bi we call Afro Classical Night
okay
and I'm for ne buy obo cello na ono beko ansa na me mako nti ye bo ni din say oba beko no na me yem hihye ti me call the other room wo say me call ye me pa group na joke bi he nti ka me call ye me ho yi bi na ne ma he fine me right inside wa hey man na dane small boy me say that we cano me yem hihye no like always oh and I'm busy and say why and I say sanity that's the game nti me call and say oh like nenia gina okohase no aba na still na the is there nti asema oka share me and say it was a happen what I say but sure. You close your eyes and do it kateweni na anything na obe bia na me boa I close my me pese me focus ni na ba we ni so
yes that's enya say wo hu nipa no na ama bibia
so
okay
na ubie we ni nso a nipa bia kita ni melody nti ubie we ni a ebi ade obi ye na obema different melody bia obebo it's not part of what you are doing
okay it's also strategy no
yes
okay and what cost stage abo a challenging piece before yeah
Baby.
So why do you choose to do that? Because when him say a challenge na that's when him bet me go as and I say bet me nya correct. Since I now choose to say obey sir.
Oze the thing is baby am person me kono. Eninti I was say me building me start here ni na me call Instagram me phone videos me ho na me scroll sa nti me ko hu any challenging piece bia I want to do this. Me ni obia o coach me obeka say Ike ye we anasi ye we. Na sia na minya senior man any labi.
Okay.
You know, or sending me songs Ike Bowie
okay. So they say no one coach you kakra.
Yes, mekanisa nti eno na me dey challenging songs in any area.
Okay. And during those times, and say, "Oh, boss are challenging songs," and I say, "Peace now." Then panic about you.
Easy. Easy.
They now wow, with the show who crying.
I say, oh. Yes. Indeed, mistake wo mistake too. Mistakes, but you teach any name what you are playing, so you make it a style. Yes.
Okay.
And yes, all the style. Now, it is a me bo do re mi fa so la ti do na me ko bo do re mi fa so vi. I was me bo bibi do re mi fa so vi. Do so me. Yes. So you enjoy it as a different
Okay, right. Thank you so much for your time. I'm sure. It was the Ike. The clarinetist AC no has say na ene nkomo chichi no ABC na so okọ no obebo beautiful piece e dey eja kwan up next a section with Pastor Balisasa. Meaning say what in the bebre this man is so good. In fact, Michiano and I was really happy because the man has so much knowledge or imparted to the youth of today. Yani ni bedi nkomo meaning say ebe we no na said the ada usi ade no wasan so esua de foforo enti ansa no beba no ai sorry ebesi enti please bring na bebo amai
irade those who
and also choose back on abo is there also means me for me request them by so when I was all the
this song hey you very title no and sing my song I said I got to thee new title da da da.
Oh Lord my God, when I meet someone
yeah
how great
thou
yeah. Said no now the Eddie is you right. It was yeah into enjoy peace way from Ike.
Sure.
Yeah, we are the Pastor Balisasa interview no ebeto so stay tuned when come we are. I hear the rolling thunder. Thy path throughout the universe display. Hello guys, you are welcome to Gospel 101 today and my name is Evelyn Selassie. On today's episode, I have here with me one energetic pastor who is known all over, Pastor Balisasa. Today, you are going to know the meaning of Balisasa before we leave here and know everything about him as well. Hello, Pastor. You are welcome to Gospel 101.
Hello, sister.
Hope you are doing fine.
I'm okay, by God's grace.
Right. Thank the Lord so much. So, before I start, Balisasa, what's the meaning of Balisasa?
It's a long story. Balisasa is a full sentence. It means they blackmail themselves.
They blackmail themselves.
The background is that my dad was accused wrongly when they were expecting me, and he was to be jailed for 10 years.
Whoa.
And then 3 weeks before I was born, it was found out that the accuser was actually the culprit.
I see.
So the dad was asked, so how are we naming this child? He said, you know, guys, when people accuse you wrongly, just cool down and pray. Right. Eventually, they will end up blackmailing themselves.
Whoa.
So Balisasa means they blackmail themselves.
Whoa, that's so inspiring. So where is Pastor Balisasa from? Where did he grow up? What school did he attend? Can we dive into that?
Okay. I come from the little country of Central Africa, Rwanda. Okay. And I grew up in the village. Mm-hmm. And that's where I attended school, and I grew up in the Catholic Church as a mass server. Okay. I attended the Catholic seminary. Okay. And was heading toward becoming a priest. But, whoa. God had other plans for you. Things didn't go in that direction, so I left. Grace went to the public university in Rwanda, and I didn't also finish. I got a scholarship to go to Algeria. Okay. So you had both your GHS primary and senior high in Rwanda? In Rwanda, yes. And part of my university studies as well. Yes. So on campus, how was the life like? I mean, at the university in Rwanda? Yes. Very, very interesting. In those days, public universities were very, very rude, I should say. They used to baptize the new students, and lecturers would come to class and they would terrify students. And the seniors would also come and make noise in the class. It was really tough.
I see.
Yes.
I can see you really enjoyed those days.
Yes.
Were you part of those people bullying others?
No, because I left still as a junior student there.
Oh, okay.
So I was just in the second year when I left for Algeria.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Because of the scholarship you had.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Oh, okay. That's nice. That's really interesting. Right. So after college, was it then that you went into ministry, or before then you had the passion, like you said, when you were in Catholic church?
Yeah, I left for Algeria, and after my studies there, that was a time of genocide in Rwanda.
Okay.
So I could not go there. So I started
Okay.
moving in West African countries, Francophone countries. I didn't get a job. Somebody told me if you could go to one of the English speaking countries, you could get the language and then you will get more opportunities for jobs. So that is how I came to this campus to learn English. And 2 weeks after my arrival, the university pastor had a public evangelism somewhere, and Francophone students invited me and they were interpreting for me. And that is how I ended up in the Adventist church. So I was baptized on this campus.
Whoa.
Yes. But after baptism, I realized I was confused because I had a lot of, theological issues in my head from my former church. Now the Adventist message is in their head, so I said this is going to confuse me. So I enrolled for a diploma in theology. Adventist theology.
In which university?
Here, this Babcock University, which was then called ASWA, Adventist Seminary of West Africa.
Oh, I see.
Yes. So after the diploma, I felt I needed to go further, so I continued with the master's in the university.
Your interest was aroused,
yes,
I guess.
Yes, it was.
Well, so basically, how many years have you been in ministry?
I will say, as an employee of the church, you will count from 1998.
1998.
So
whoa, that is around like
about 26
26 years.
Yes.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes. And so far, how can you say the journey has been like?
It has been beautiful.
Wow.
My ministry has been mostly in schools, but I have also worked in the field, still working in the church. Yeah, I have been church pastor some places. I have been associate project director of one of the conferences. I have been associate district pastor, and but I was the district in which I was ordained. I was then serving as associate district pastor and chaplain and science teacher in one of the schools.
Oh, then you're a big man. You have so much money, right? Because you are seeing a lot of things you've done, and that means that the Lord has been so good to you.
Not a lot of money. It's a lot of gymnastics.
I see.
Yes.
Right, yes. Right. Now moving from the ministry to your personal life, I know you are married with kids, you have a family. How are you balancing ministry with family?
It's interesting. I have been very busy in ministry since I started because I was combining pastoral ministry and campus ministry and teaching family life. But one thing I have loved the Lord has done for me, I have not had a lot of quantity time. But the Lord has blessed me with quality time with my family. So when my kids were young, anytime I was at home, anytime I had some time, and then we would be playing, I would be carrying them on my back. They used to use me as their horse.
You're filling in for the lost times.
Yes. He used to tell me to buy horses for them. And since I didn't have money to
You would
do
have to be what?
so I had to be a horse, and they would be pulling my ears and hitting me so that I move fast. It was just fun.
Whoa. So in which year did you get married? Was it after your diploma or after you became a pastor?
Yeah, actually it was after I became a pastor.
Okay.
And that was in 1997 that I went for civil marriage. I had to wait for almost another year before we went to church.
Oh, okay.
And before we lived together. So we lived together from July.
And was there reason for that, or that is your culture?
No, it's not a culture, but where I come from, even though you go to for civil marriage as a Christian, you can't live together until the couple is blessed.
Oh,
and my fiance was living in Ivory Coast, and I was living in Ghana.
Okay.
And we realized we were not yet prepared. I hadn't gotten anywhere to stay, so to speak. Didn't have a really good job to give us something to eat, and so we said, let's prepare for another year.
Right. That's so interesting.
So it was in 1998 that we came together.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. And you are blessed with how many kids?
We are blessed with 3 children.
Whoa.
Yes. 1 boy and twin girls.
Oh, thank the Lord so much.
Yes.
Thank the Lord so much. We know Shepherdess has been doing so great, supporting in all ways she can. Thank you so much to her.
Yes, she's been a great woman.
Sure.
I know I wouldn't have moved to any place. The way she prays for me, I don't even pray for
So
myself
how did
that
you
way.
guys meet? Where did you meet?
We met in Togo.
Okay.
It happened, I think it was Providence, as I came from Algeria and was moving from one country to another. She had also fled from Rwanda those days with some relatives, and we were living in Togo.
Okay.
So I just met them in Togo by coincidence, but I wasn't Adventist. So, but I was feeling her in me, and so it was, of course, I knew I was not qualified to marry an Adventist. But then after I became Adventist some 4 years later, I went back to ask whether I could
Marry
be
a
a close friend, and she agreed.
Okay.
Yes. And that was the best thing God has done for me.
Whoa.
Yes.
The Lord has indeed been great.
Yes.
He's been so good.
Yes.
Right. When you were talking, you mentioned about something about Ghana. What took you to Ghana?
When I completed my studies here, I was, well, in Algeria, I did actually agriculture.
Okay.
So when I finished theology here, I was actually hoping to be employed here.
Okay.
Either in theology or in agriculture, but it didn't work. So some Ghanaian friends who were here, who were my classmates, told me there could be some opportunities to work with ADRA.
Okay.
And I even wrote some projects so I went there hoping I could get a job with ADRA. I got there, it was not possible. So I stayed for some time looking around, and eventually I got a job in a primary school.
Okay.
So I started teaching primary school in Ghana.
How long were you in Ghana?
Oh, I lived in Ghana for 19 years.
19.
Yes.
And there's so for your country.
Oh, there.
Who teaching? Let's say so for. So for it to say 19 years. Whoa.
Yes. When I was living in schools, and in Ghana, we used to beat kids
for speaking. Yes.
So, but when I'm tired, when I can't find the other way, sometimes the Lord blesses me with some free expressions. Yes. Yes, I wouldn't be lost if I'm in Ghana and I can't find an English speaking person.
At least. Patrol may call her say, Patrol, where you're saying the way to me, You wait to be a couple. Okay, so aside you being a pastor, do you have any other interests? Are you into something else?
I'm a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a teacher, as I said.
Okay.
My areas of studies are agriculture
Mm-hmm.
and plant genetics
Mm-hmm.
and theology and education and business.
Oh.
So I minister to people,
Mm-hmm.
to groups of people, depending on what is the need and what I'm called
Sure.
to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I love writing a lot.
Mm-hmm. I was coming to that.
Okay,
I
so
intentionally
let me
kept it.
stop. So let
I
me stop
intentionally
there.
because I read this your book. What's the title? Sugar Dadism?
Okay, the
Yes, I
mysteries of
read this one.
sugar
I was
daddy,
like,
sugar,
Pastor
bitter
Balisasa,
sugar.
who is this Balisasa? Is this when I was going to meet you? Finally, we are here. So, what inspired you to write that book?
I was inspired to write that book in 2010
Okay.
when I ran Bible lecture series at the University of Ghana,
Mm-hmm.
and some young people would come to me after making presentation because I
Mm-hmm.
usually make contextualized
Yeah.
presentations. Now preaching to students, I target some issues
Mm-hmm.
concerning students. Some guys were coming to me saying, what do we do with these old guys, old mom, old dads who are
Yeah.
well to do?
Mm-hmm.
They entice us with phones and with
Yes.
cars, with money,
Mm-hmm.
with grades. How do we detect that? These guys come as parents, so we trust them, and the next thing we realize, they've destroyed us. So I promised them, I said, give me just 1 year of research
Mm-hmm.
and let me study those guys we call sugar daddies and sugar
Mm-hmm.
mummies. So I studied their language, their strategies of approaching young
Mm-hmm.
people. And when I gathered my facts, so I put together the book.
Yeah. Oh, I've
And I
read
gave,
that book. In
okay,
fact, it teaches us a lot as young people how we should be guided so we don't fall into such people's trap. Yes,
yes.
I really learned a lot. Thank you so much for
Okay,
that.
praise God.
Right. So
Mhm.
apart from that, which other books have you written?
I have one when I was teaching science. So I
Okay.
have a book titled Exhaustive Notes on
Okay.
Integrated Science for Senior Secondary School.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was my first in Ghana. Then
Yeah, and I also saw one Witnessing Christ.
Witnessing for Christ.
Witnessing for Christ.
Yes. And then I have another one, Top Notch Tetragrammatic
Mm-hmm. I've
Transformation.
heard of that too. I'm yet to
Yes.
read it.
Then I have another one, Whom Shall I Marry?
Mm-hmm.
Then there is another one which is Change Your World.
Okay.
I think those are the ones on the market. The other ones, I'm trying to put them on the electronic market because I no
Okay.
longer live in an Anglophone world.
Yeah, sure.
So, um, Whom Shall I Marry? Um, Change Your World and Sugar Daddy's are now on Amazon, so people can access
Okay.
them.
Okay.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
So you being a writer, combining ministry, is that not too much for you?
I try to discipline myself.
Okay.
When a topic comes in my head, so I
Mm-hmm.
decide that every day I will be spending at least 30 minutes
Okay.
writing. When the 30 minutes are over, I
Mm-hmm.
close the book. And
All right.
before I realize I will finish it. So I'm working currently on 4 books,
Oh, okay.
and I hope to get them ready, God willing, by the end of next year.
Whoa, so we should expect it next year, hopefully.
Yes,
Whoa,
yes, they
whoa,
should be
whoa,
out.
whoa. We are looking out.
Yes.
Can you guys are clear about that?
Okay, now the one that will come next
Mm-hmm.
is actually the Power Packed Prosperous
Mm-hmm.
Youth
Okay.
Ministry.
Well,
I gave a gist recently when I was at the University of Ghana,
okay.
trying to show young people that
Mm-hmm.
there is actually nothing impossible, nothing good impossible for young people. And I
Sure.
realized they believe that because I
Mm-hmm.
always test my books with young people to see
Yeah.
whether it makes sense.
Sure.
So that should be the next, then that the one that we follow up in the same period
Mm-hmm.
is going to be titled Led to Lead and
Let's read.
Leading as Led. That is the title of
Whoa,
the book.
whoa,
Yes,
whoa.
but that is going to be actually a textbook
Oh, okay.
because I teach leadership and spirituality as well.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Whoa, whoa. So you are looking so much forward to those books. And when they are out, where can we get them as well?
Because as I just told you, I
Mm-hmm.
live in a francophone country.
Mm-hmm.
I may not quickly print the books. So they will be on Amazon most especially. But I will always get my international standard book numbers from Ghana because they have been my friends for years. All those
19
books.
years.
Yes,
You better books no pa, you better. You better I with you. Now your mouth support no na. It's yeah, share your name quite. Right. It's yeah, watch out for us. You better books no na you read pa. Online foreigners would take it up from there, and then I know by God's grace we would get somewhere. Right. So being in ministry for you said since 1997.
Yes.
1997. Can you touch on a few significant challenges you faced as a pastor?
As a pastor, okay. I had challenges with leaders.
Okay.
I wouldn't mention names, but I had these challenges of leaders, grown-up leaders who don't believe that young people can know something.
I see.
So I used to be silenced by some leaders, but sometime later they will realize that was the thing that needed to be done.
Yeah.
And another weakness I had, I think I still have it, is I don't have the gift of hypocrisy.
Okay.
So when I see something and it's not what I think it should be, I try my best to be as polite as I can, but I will speak it out.
Okay.
But usually it doesn't go well with everybody.
Yeah, sure. It wouldn't.
Yes, so I have been threatened to be dismissed in some places. Yes, but I have not been dismissed yet.
Okay.
Other things is that aspect of being overloaded with work. I've never been on holidays as a pastor, except when I was sick and I enjoyed 1 week in the hospital. Otherwise, when I am on so-called holidays, that is the time when people engage me into ministries outside. Like right now, I am supposed to be in my my annual leave, but this is the only time I could come to ministry.
I see.
So time for my own self. It has not been an easy thing to get for me. I hope it will be well in the years to come.
Sure. Yes. We hope so, and we pray for that as well.
I always decide I will not agree. I will not allow people to invite me. But when it is a youth program, I have not been able to resist.
Sure, you don't have any choice.
Yes, the youth have hypnotized me.
Sure, we have to. It's very necessary.
Yes.
Wow. So if I'm to take you back to 20 years you before, 30 years you before,
yes,
what are some of the things you think you wouldn't have done? You did that you wouldn't have done.
Okay. 30 years ago, maybe let's talk about 30 years ago. You said 30 years ago or 20 years ago? Okay, let me start from 20 years ago.
Okay.
20 years ago, I used to be aggressive.
Or maybe the years are too much.
Oh, it's all right.
Okay.
2015 is almost the same thing.
Okay.
But nothing like that 15 years ago. I think I graduated from that.
Okay.
I used to be aggressive on the pulpit.
Okay.
And my wife always used to tell me.
So aggressive in the sense that church members come to tell you, or the youth come to you and they use it as a sermon or what?
Never. I have never done that.
Okay.
But sometimes when I know some evil is going on in the system,
you can't keep it to yourself.
I can't keep quiet, and sometimes as I'm speaking with emotion, then it comes out. And then I get home and my wife will tell me, no, you've spoken to the people already. You don't need to. So I graduated from that about 15, 16 years ago.
Okay.
Going back 30 years ago, maybe what I would say was I used to be, how do you call it, say it in English again? Is it workaholic or something? It is not yet gone, but I used to work sometimes 22 hours a day.
Wow.
If I
Was it just out of passion or you have
yes,
other
it was
reasons?
out of passion and hardship as well. 30 years ago, I did not have a good job. At the time I was earning $8.
Okay.
So I had to close that job and then walk around
I see.
in the town, ringing my bell with my notes. Do you have kids who want to learn mathematics or English or this and that? That's how I was getting food to eat. So when I would get back home, I have to prepare notes sometimes up to 4 a.m.
Whoa.
Then I had to get up and bath and go back, sometimes days, and I have not slept. So those things, I tell you, if I knew, because they have had effect on me.
Okay.
And that's why.
In terms of health wise,
in terms of that workaholic spirit.
Okay.
I feel uneasy when I am at rest.
Okay. I see.
I have to get something doing, and before I realize, my body responds negatively, especially that I'm aging.
Okay.
But it is reducing a little bit.
Sure.
Yes.
With time.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
So coming out a bit of that, diving a little bit into politics, not so deep into it.
Yes.
Just so now we can see politics is becoming something we the youth are finding interesting, especially Adventist youth.
Yes.
A lot of us are running for positions politically.
Yes.
Now, what can you say about what can you just say about politics and then the youth?
Oh, praise God. That is a dicey topic, though. I remember when I insisted and I started a class at Valley View University, I introduced the course Church and Politics, which I taught for about 4 years. And then, now, young people need to know politics. But you need to know who is leading you and where is leading you to. So the knowledge of politics is very compulsory. We need to know it. Number two, we need to consciously make effort to support what is right in politics.
Sure.
Number three, and that is probably the most sensitive part, and I always tell people, we tell our young people, be like Daniel, be like Joseph. But when our young people decide to be like Joseph or Daniel, prime ministers,
that's where the problem starts.
Then the church raises hand and says, no, you can't be into politics. For me, it's like a double standard. Politics is not corrupt. What is corrupt is people. So if a young person knows he will not be corrupt, then he can be like Daniel, even in the government.
But how do you know? Because sometimes, as youthful as we are, we start on a very good note. You know you are very strong, you have a very strong stand in the Lord. But sometimes you just don't know what happens, and then you are just down.
Very good. When did Daniel start? He was not even 20 years old. Okay? It all depends on your background. How are you building yourself?
Sure.
What are you looking for in politics?
Okay.
Is it money? What is, if you are looking for the good of the people, then the best springboard of politics is, I am going there to stand for the right, even if the heavens fall. In other words, even if I'm the president of the republic, I will stand for what is right, even if I have to lose my job. But many other people are going to politics because of money and wealth in general. For me, and I'm speaking as Balisasa, maybe allow me to quote Aristotle, who say, if the wise refuse to vie for position of leadership, they will pay the price of being led by the fools. We say we are the wise guys, we are leading people to heaven. If there are opportunities that do not constrain us to live our faith, we must take those positions and show our nations how nations should be led. I don't know that I have offended the law.
No, you haven't. I think this is clear to all of us. It's very clear to me.
Just last week I was in Tanzania and I was speaking to the teachers in Tanzania, in the East in the 11 countries of East Central Africa division. And one of the things was, one of the presentation was the new trend in education in Africa. I gave them a summary of what the United Nations are proposing, the African Union is proposing, and those 11 countries what they are proposing. Now, if we Adventists do not even know those things, we are running things that are not, coherent and relevant to even the aspirations of the country. So we need to know, and we need to see, can we get into this without compromising our faith?
But don't you think it is the church that is pushing us away one way or the other from that?
Now, who is the church? The system, the Adventist system itself, in terms of education, for example, it says offer what the government requires if it's not against the principles of the Bible, and add more. So we have to give better than what the government gives. That is the standard. But the people who implement the church's policies, some of them don't even care about the church's policies and procedures. So this is why I emphasize on young people. Those of you who are coming up. I taught some people in primary school in Ghana. Now they are lecturers in the universities. And I used to tell them, don't complain now, but get ready. For those of us who are teaching you, time will pick us out of the system. Now, when you get there, how are you going to behave? Right? Because nobody is permanent. Let young people say, maybe our church leaders are missing it here and there, but we are getting ready. When our time comes, it is not going to be like that. Are we getting ready?
Not. We are. I believe so, that we are actually prepared for that.
That's the only thing that keeps me in teaching and youth ministry. No matter how our leaders, no matter how bad they may be, no matter how weak they may be, the truth is that they will not stay there forever. So in the next 15 years, none of these presidents and directors you see will be in the system. So you and all of you guys and those who are watching us, who are young, you will be where we are. Will you do better? And I'm trying to let young people to learn how to do better.
Sure. We are so grateful for that. Thank you so much for all you do for us. We are so much thankful to you. Right, so wrapping up, I would ask you this very last question. Okay, last but one question. So I know you have some few years to go on retirement, right? So what are some of the things you are going to miss so much when you are no more in service?
One thing I'm going to miss, which will not pain me, is that I will not be attending too many meetings.
I see.
I will miss it because I will not, but it will not pain me.
Sure.
Another thing I'm going to miss is probably the teaching aspect. When I'm in the classroom, I'm alive. I will miss those. Maybe I will be teaching here and there, sporadically, but I will miss those. But for preaching, I think, unless I fall sick to the point of not being able to speak, and God forbid, I think I should preach even a day before my funeral. Yes. So
the Lord is in control.
Yes, I love young people. I don't feel alive when I'm not seeing young people.
Sure. Yeah, just like us, as youthful as we are.
Yes.
Right. So to my last question, what message do you have for us? I know you've talked so much, you've advised us on a lot of things, but we are wrapping up.
Yes.
What do you have for us?
Number one, young people are never losers. No matter the circumstances in which any young person is, never think you are a loser.
All right, sure.
I've never met a young people since I lived in this West Africa, 34 years. I've never seen a young person who has passed through what I went through. And if I can be what I am today, they will also succeed. Don't be discouraged. That's number one. Number two, don't pick wrong role models. Number three, don't rush into riches. Number 4, be careful with unchecked romantic relationships. I will stop there.
Okay, I'll come for more clues.
Okay.
Right, thank you so much also
Yes.
for I'm sure I'll be brave. Now, cause now blessing with more so that you can also keep on blessing us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Right,
much.
bye bye.
I'm grateful.
I'm grateful too. Ebusia, we end today's episode here. Meaning, says that the Osia, the said they are mechano, and then so we see at the fofro akaho. That's end on Yakupon Yadoma, your best science share. Thank you so much. I would jabre a share in the program. No, we bet me the videos. No, I send you now for amo mashe. We are Gospel 101 on YouTube, Gospel 101 on TikTok. Follow and share. Na subscribe to your channel Nina. Damase support amode my dasendo nyakopon ya adma ye besan social. My name is Evelyn Selassie. Till we meet again, stay safe and stay blessed. Bye bye.